We've had a couple weeks off of LTV news, so you know what that means. Plenty of brand new topics to discuss. Hello, I'm Erin Holly.
And I'm Casey Medico. Historic moments in LaSalle's history, new burger chains in Philly, and a possible cancer vaccine. Stay tuned to hear all the details. You're watching LTV News, where the action never stops.
Hello and welcome to LTV News, where we bring you everything from 20th and Olney Avenue, Philadelphia, and the world.
There's a lot to catch up on here in the next half hour as Tori had the opportunity to check out a special event on campus.
Last week, our newly elected president was inaugurated into the university. President Daniel J. Allen is the 30th president to be inaugurated. For a brief history lesson on LaSalle president inaugurations, 1969 was the first time LaSalle ever held an inauguration for a president, and it was for Brother Daniel Burke. The occasion had a formal ceremony, speeches, the presence of representatives from other institutions, a celebratory feast, and a reception, much like contemporary inaugurations do. In Brother Daniel's inaugural address, he discussed community, college access, and higher education's need to change with the times. LaSalle's last inauguration was for President Colleen Hanich back in 2015. She was the first female president and first non-brother, marking the first in the school's history.
The LaSalle University School of Business received the highest distinction possible from Beta Gamma Sigma, an academic honor society for business schools around the world. Beta Gamma Sigma is exclusive to schools accredited by Association to Advance Collegiate Schools of Business, a distinction held by less than 5% of the world's business schools. LaSalle was awarded the highest honor and was one of 49 business schools worldwide to receive this honor. This is the latest in recognition of the School of Business. In September, U.S. News ranked LaSalle's undergraduate business program among the top half of all institutions in the National University Classification.
Get your flu shot and COVID booster at the LaSalle Vaccine Clinic in the Union Ballroom. 2 free clinics were held in support of campus health, with the first starting Wednesday, October 12th, and the second the following week, Wednesday, October 19th. There are still additional opportunities to attend the clinic next week to get your flu vaccine and booster shot. Any member of the LaSalle community who is over 18 and fits the booster requirements is eligible to attend. If you have received a booster, it is required to be at least 2 months prior in order to receive another. The new booster promises to raise the immune system against COVID and new variants, as well as lessen physical symptoms.
Speaking of what's going on campus, one sorority held their annual walk to support an organization that hold close to their hearts. Tori had the chance to learn more about this philanthropic event. Check it out.
Hi, I'm Candace Devlin. I am our philanthropy chair for Alpha Theta Alpha, and we just hosted our 8th annual breast cancer walk in support of breast cancer for Fox Chase Cancer Center. This year we beat our goal of $10,000 and raised $11,827, which is amazing. So we're super excited about that, and all the donations really benefit the patients at Fox Chase and make such a big difference. So it was a really nice event today.
Creating fun and lifelong memories for a great cause.
As a brother of Sigma Phi Lambda, it's always like our goal to support our sister sorority in Alpha Theta Alpha. And in general, breast cancer awareness is a thing that's near and dear to me, as my family's been affected by it. But it's always good to support every organization, and then especially Alpha Theta Alpha, because they always support us. And in general, it's just a good thing to do on a Saturday morning. And why not support a lovely cause on a lovely day?
Yeah, I definitely think it brings us together because we're all a part of it and we all come together for like this specific day to walk and raise money for the cure.
LaSalle's Business of Sports Club hosted a career night during their first meeting in Dan Rodden Theater. The guest speakers consisted of new LaSalle men's head coach for the basketball team, Fran Dunphy, 94 WIP's host, Paul Jolovitz, and Drexel's men's basketball head coach, Zach Spiker. The guest speakers answered numerous questions to give our very own LaSalle students some insight to further their careers in the sports business.
There's so many great things going on at LaSalle this month.
Really.
So did you get the opportunity to attend that guest speaker?
Unfortunately, I couldn't make it. I had an ice hockey event that I had to go to, but I know a lot of people who went and they said the insight that they got. I mean, Fran Dunphy just seems like an incredible person, and I'm sure he gave all those students like great opportunities and great insight to, you know, really get a peek into the world of sports.
Yeah, that was definitely a really good opportunity for anybody who wants to work in the sports industry.
Yeah.
In other LaSalle news, we just watched a little video on ATA's annual breast cancer walk.
Yeah, that looks so much fun.
Yeah, I had the opportunity to attend that because I have a lot of friends in that sorority, and they all just got together for a great cause, and it was so nice to see all their friends and families and people from all different organizations on campus coming together to support breast cancer. And we know October last month was Breast Cancer Awareness Month, so it was just very wholesome, like philanthropy event.
Yeah, that looks awesome. That looks great.
Well, it's time for our first break, but coming up, a fellow LaSalle student used his talents to celebrate the Phillies making it to the World Series. Stay tuned to learn more.
What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Today we're talking about how to wake up your teen, and this works literally every time.
Good kisses. Good kisses. You heard how loud
I heard. It wasn't you. Yeah. It was the...
Is that bacon?
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Using meth taught me everything about freedom, only not like you think. It taught me how easy it is to lose your freedom, how meth can take control until you find yourself doing whatever meth tells you to do. Before you get there, while you still can, take a stand for yourself. If you feel yourself losing your freedom to meth, ask for help. Accept the help. It's worth it. You have the power to be truly free and be the person you want to be. I know. I'm Jan, and I'm free from meth.
If you or someone you know is struggling with meth, call 1-800-662-HELP for 24-hour free and confidential treatment referral. Learn more at samhsa.gov/meth.
The Phillies fever has taken to the streets as murals of right fielder Bryce Harper have popped up in several local areas in the city. One of these murals was done by LaSalle's own senior Joey Doherty. He spray painted his mural on the walls of Doherty Electric, his family's business in South Philly, portraying the Phillies MVP in quite an ethereal light. He commented, quote, "He's our savior, for now. It definitely fits the role. I think it made sense, end quote. Doherty worked nearly 20 hours from Sunday the 23rd, when the Phillies clinched the World Series, until Tuesday the 25th to complete his inspiring work of art. Immediately after he finished creating the mural, news outlets all over the city interviewed him about this piece. He also commented that the side of his family's business building has been a place to express his artwork for years, with many more to come.
Have you ever been jealous of all those cool burger chains out west? Well, if you have, today is your lucky day. The Habit, Southern California-based burger grill, is well underway with a nationwide expansion of their restaurant chain. This expansion has a specific emphasis on the Philadelphia area, as Habit Burger previously opened a location in the King of Prussia Town Center to test the waters. John Phillips, vice president of franchise, calls this opening, quote, a testament to how well we've been able to fill the demand for quality burgers and quick service offerings just outside of Philadelphia, unquote. In addition, Habit Burger's CEO, Russ Bendel, said the company is, quote, firing all cylinders, making it an ideal time to grow its presence in the Philadelphia market, unquote. Habit Burger's next project in the area is to open a location in South Jersey. Get into the habit of Habit Burger because they will start to pop up all around Philly and New Jersey over the next few years.
Oh, rats. According to the pest control company Orkin, Philadelphia has jumped to the number 6 spot on its rattiest cities list. Orkin measures their rankings due to how many rodent treatments need to be had in the city. Philly jumped ahead of Baltimore to take the number 6 spot after previously being 7th last year. The top 5 on their list includes New York, Los Angeles, Washington, D.C., San Francisco, and their number 1 spot is Chicago. According to Ben Hodel, an Orkin entomologist, quote, rodent infestations are among the top pest issues of the fall and winter seasons, end quote. Us here at LaSalle TV are hoping for you all to have rat-free winters.
Wawa has extended its Schwarberfest hoagie promotion that they launched this summer during their actual Hoagie Fest promotion when Phillies outfield Kyle Schwarber hit over 20 home runs and they dedicated the rest of Hoagie Fest to him. They decided to bring back the promotion for the Phillies World Series against the Astros due to a large demand from fans. The promotion will stay for the remainder of the postseason. Wawa Reward members can get $5 shorties and $6 classics using the Wawa app. On October 28th, Wawa added hot turkey shorties and classics. They will be included in the offer. There's more than just hoagies to this story. Last week, Wawa made a $25,000 contribution to the nonprofit Philabundance, a food bank serving the Philadelphia and Delaware Valley region. This week, Wawa will make a second donation of $25,000 to Philabundance.
If you're walking down the street in Hershey, Pennsylvania, don't be surprised if you see an alligator taking a stroll down the road. Alligator expert Joe Henney says his pet alligator Wally poses no threat. Wally was found in a pond at Disney World, and since it's illegal to relocate alligators in the wild in Florida, Henney agreed to take Wally with him. Wally the alligator lives cage-free with Joe and enjoys eating Cheetos and chicken legs. Henney said that Wally will not bite anyone. Even if they were to stick their hand inside his mouth, he refuses to close it. While Henney doesn't recommend finding an alligator of your own, as most won't be as friendly as Wally, he says his bond with Wally is very special.
When life gives you avocados, make guacamole. Philadelphia nonprofit organization Sharing Excess was literally sharing excess free avocados in FDR Park. From October 19th through the 21st, Sharing Excess distributed hundreds of thousands of free avocados to any Philadelphian who wanted them. According to Sharing Excess, there is an extremely large surplus of avocados coming in from South Africa that would be going to waste. The nonprofit organization has also set aside 150,000 avocados for local food banks like Philabundance. Sharing Excess allowed for avocado pickups anytime between 12 p.m. and 6 p.m. on the 19th through the 21st. Many Philadelphians stocked up on free avocados and were planning on stocking up on some guac for house guests during all of the next Philly sports games. So we got a lot of food news, as always. We also have some rat news and Phillies news.
Yeah.
So we got a lot to discuss.
Yes.
We definitely have to start with our own classmate, Joey,
Yeah.
spray painting this beautiful mural on the side of his family's business. I just think it's an amazing work of art.
Yeah, when I first saw it, I didn't realize it was a LaSalle student. It took me till my mom had actually texted me. She was like, "Oh, well, look at what this LaSalle student did," and I saw it everywhere on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and yeah, I mean, it's just such a cool piece of artwork, and I love that the city of Philadelphia is enjoying it.
Yeah, every news outlet has recognized it. I'm jealous that he got to meet all these local news reporters. That's like my dream, but good for him. He's getting all the recognition that he deserves for his artwork. And then we also were on the Rattiest Cities list again.
Yeah.
We reported on this in one of our episodes last year, and it's just sad that we moved up on the list.
Yeah, I've never seen a rat before in my life, and I go to my friend's place at Temple, and like I see about like 10 rats every time I go and I walk the streets of Temple. Like,
oh no!
It is crazy how many rats like I've seen just this year. Like not even at Temple, but at LaSalle, I've even seen a few. If you go in the city,
yeah,
it's there. Yeah,
it's inevitable around here. I can't lie, I live off campus around here, and I've seen a few mice in my house. Don't worry, we got the exterminator, we got the issue dealt with, but I know some of my other friends who also live off campus have had the same kind of issue, but there's nothing we can do about it. We just got to deal with it.
Yeah. We have one more break, but stay tuned for news about a scary iPhone 14 glitch.
What if one day you went to that secret place, that spot that only you know about, and instead of what you came for, you found this? What would you do? Would you stop and give it some thought? The truth is, all drug use comes with risk. Before those risks become real, before drugs turn your life upside down, before drugs take their toll on you and your family. Know that there is help. You can quit. If you or someone you love is struggling with drug use or prescription drug misuse, call 1-800-662-HELP for 24-hour free and confidential information and treatment referral, or go to samhsa.gov/knowtherisks.
I just missed the shuttle.
You never hit record.
I never hit record. I just got an F on my exam.
Is that you? Do you sit around bored all day? Do you want to watch television shows where you can look at the people and be like, I can be that. That's me. Well, you should check out LaSalle TV. That rhymes. We got entertainment news at Backstage Pass. We got regular news at LTV News. We got sports news at Sports Talk and Sports Line. And for those of you who really want some fun stuff, Q&A. Because down at LaSalle TV, we got a full buffet.
Thanks, LaSalle TV.
Thanks, LaSalle TV.
Thanks, LaSalle TV. I still miss my shuttle.
After the death of Queen Elizabeth II, King Charles' Coronation Day is set to take place May 3rd, 2023. Although this may seem late, it is tradition to wait for a sufficient period of time before the crowning of a new sovereign. There is also much planning that is required to organize a ceremony as large as this. The late Queen's coronation took place in 1953 with over 8,000 guests from 129 nations. For the last 900 years, the ceremony has taken place at Westminster Abbey, London. King Charles III is expected only 2,000 guests to accommodate for health and safety restrictions.
The iPhone 14 has a new crash detection feature that calls 911 when it detects you have been in a car crash. The feature has caused trouble for some people as the phones of those riding roller coasters detect a crash and call 911. This feature set off false alarms for emergency personnel near amusement parks. with 911 calls coming from Cincinnati's Kings Island Amusement Park and Six Flags Great America near Chicago. The same crash detection feature is available on the Apple Watch 8. Officials say the best way to avoid this is to turn your devices onto airplane mode before riding any roller coasters.
A new form of morning transportation is encouraging the community to ditch the gas guzzlers and pick up a pedal. Bike buses are adult-led group bike rides to school, and they are taking over the neighborhoods. The effort is a call to reduce climate change, encourage physical activity, and as well as lessen school drop-off traffic. Parents and children have both reported this activity to improve mood and happiness. Minneapolis father Devin Olson, the co-founder of a Minneapolis grassroots bike organization, says that cycling, quote, creates connectivity between all walks of life, end quote. 6 years ago, Olson partnered with Minneapolis Public Schools to offer a 2-mile morning bike ride, which drops students off at 2 locations. His participants have grown from a few dozen to now 150 members of his biking community.
The German co-founders of biotech, who were instrumental in the completion of the COVID vaccine, are predicting a possible cancer vaccine by 2030. Biotech has been pioneering cancer immunotherapy since 2008 tailored to individual patients. The COVID-related research completed in order to create the immune-supporting mRNA vaccine is said to have been majorly helpful in this process. The vaccine would be personally created to combat the exact type and level of aggression within each patient. The harmful cells would then be targeted and eliminated within the body. Developers want to be clear that the vaccine does not prevent cancer, but aids each individual as they battle their specific type. Biotech is very hopeful and learns a new piece to this puzzle with every trial and test.
The U.S. Department of Agriculture implemented new changes in how chicken and turkey meat is processed in an effort to prevent illnesses caused by tainted foods. This may require significant operational changes on part of meat producers. On average, more than 1 million people get sick every year from salmonella-related infections, and roughly a fourth of those instances are related to turkey and chicken products, despite decades of attempts to try and prevent these illnesses. The organization is putting forth a regulatory framework that calls for screening incoming flocks of chickens and turkeys for the bacterial illness that commonly affects the gastrointestinal tract and kills 1.3 million people annually. Symptoms can include diarrhea, nausea, and vomiting that can last for several days.
A pink diamond sells for $57.7 million, setting a world record for the highest price per carat for a diamond sold at auction. The 11.15 carat Williamson Pink Star auctioned by the Sotheby's Hong Kong for $5.2 million per carat, exceeding the previous record of $4 million for a blue diamond sold in 2015. The buyer of this diamond is a private collector in the United States. World-class diamonds have a history of performing well in times of instability. Tobias Cormind, managing director of 77 Diamonds, said, "This is an astounding result, proving the resilience of top diamonds in a shaky economy." So how about the bike rides that we're doing for the climate change? I mean, I was looking at the picture of those, and that seems so much fun going to school that way.
Yeah, it does. It would be fun if I knew how to ride a bike.
You don't know how to ride a bike?
No. I really just exposed myself on the Salle TV, but nope, I don't know how to ride a bike. That's a fun fact about me.
Well, for me, who I know how to ride a bike, I would have loved something like that, doing that. I mean, just it seems like such like a community-oriented thing, and
yeah.
I just think that that would be so fun, like going with all your schoolmates riding your bike.
No, in all seriousness, if I was a kid in Minneapolis right now in the neighborhood that's doing this bike buses thing, I would definitely learn how to ride a bike because it seems like such a great way to like connect with your community, and also they're trying to stop climate change and, you know, save money on gas and all these great things. But I think that is a really cool thing.
Yeah, crazy. And how about the pink diamond that's selling for $57.7 million? I mean, that's just insane.
That is insane. Imagine someone buying that as like an engagement ring.
I'm trying to figure out like what you would even do with that kind of like diamond. Like,
I know, like you gotta sell it for what is it, $57.7
$7 million.
That's
crazy.
like, imagine owning something that's worth that much money.
Crazy, crazy. Yeah. And how about the cancer vaccine that they're trying to invent?
I know, that's actually insane. Hopefully, they said by 2030, right?
Yeah.
So in 2030, we'll be, what, like 30 years old? So
Yeah.
hopefully by the time we're 30, we do see that, because that would just be great for, you know, the health world in general. Well, that just about does it for this episode of LTV News, but be sure to find us on the web as well as the rest of LaSalle TV on our Facebook page. We love to hear your thoughts, so tweet at us using our Twitter handle and start the conversation.
If you missed the scoop and want to see it, you can find episodes on our YouTube page at LaSalle TV Philly page.
Until next episode, for Tori, Maria, Maddie, and the entire crew, I'm Erin Holly. Thanks for watching LTV News, where the action never stops. Oh, time to fake drink.